Hi, I'm Linda Campbell. In the last video, I talked a fair bit about the necessity of accessing the client's subconscious mind if we want to get great results with the client. So just a quick recap on that. Why do we want to access the client's subconscious mind? Well, first off, it's the big part of their mind. It represents 90 to 95% of the mind power. So if we're working only with the conscious mind, the smaller 5 to 10%, it can take a whole lot longer to get our results. By working with the subconscious, we're also able to access the client's entire history, which means we can trace back to where a problem originated and work on the event that was responsible. The subconscious also contains all of the client's beliefs, and so we can go in there and tweak and alter beliefs. And it's also the part of the mind that manages and creates all of our emotions. So working with somebody on an anxiety disorder, anger, or depression, we can work with it more easily if we're using the subconscious, because that part of the mind creates all of those emotions. So the subconscious is a really important place to go if we want to get good results. And so then the big question becomes, well, how the heck do we access the subconscious mind? And so I'm going to share with you the modality that I use. But before I do, I want to just tease you a little bit here. How would it sound to have a 97% success rate after only 6 sessions? Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? That's typical of the kind of success rate that I get with my clients. Now, why that number? In the 1980s, a doctor, Dr. Alfred Barrios, did a study comparing this particular modality to other modalities to see which were most effective. And this study was published in American Health magazine. According to this study, the modality I'm about to share with you came out with a 97% success rate after only 6 sessions. And so the modality is hypnotherapy. Now you might be thinking, hypnotherapy. You probably have images in your mind of people acting out on stage, or a swinging pocket watch, or the hypnotist controlling somebody's mind and making them do something crazy. Please forget everything that you may have learned or heard about hypnosis. Hypnosis is not that at all. I have never once made somebody do something embarrassing to a chair, and I can barely even control my mind, let alone controlling somebody else's. In hypnosis, people do have control. They can hold back information or share it. They just have a greater ability to access their whole history. They get more creative insights. And again, they're able to access that part of their mind that contains all of their emotions and belief systems and work on those issues in a deeper way. Now, hypnosis really just involves lowering brainwave levels, and we do this all the time anyway. And so it's not getting somebody into hypnosis that's actually challenging. If I were to hook up your brain to an electroencephalograph and measure your brainwave levels, you would actually spend a lot of the time over the course of a typical day in this altered state. The important thing is really what you do with somebody once they're there. And so to show you how easy it is, I'm going to give you like a quick and easy 3-step process to get somebody into an altered state. And maybe you want to come along with me and try it for yourself. Step number 1, super simple. You've done it many times just listening to this video. You've been blinking, so you've done some of this step. And the step is simply closing your eyes. When we close our eyes, we automatically lower our brainwave levels from beta, which is our wide awake and alert state, into alpha, which is a very, very light hypnotic state. So it's really just that simple. Just simply having somebody close their eyes begins to lower their brainwave levels. There's less stimuli that they're bringing in from the environment. The second step is to focus your attention somewhere. And so this could be having somebody focus their attention on the sound of your voice. It might be having them focus their attention on breathing. Does this sound familiar? If you meditate, you've been in a hypnotic state many times. So usually when a person meditates, they take their attention to their breathing, or to a mantra, or to a particular thought or word in their mind. And they let other thoughts and things pass on by. And so again, a lot of people do hypnosis, they just don't know they're doing hypnosis. And so the first step is simply closing your eyes. The second step is focusing your attention. And an easy way to do this is focusing your attention on your breathing. The third step would be to slightly lengthen the breath, so drawing them out slightly. And the reason this is effective is how we breathe is very much linked to our minds. Our mind and body are connected. So when we're anxious or nervous or excited, we tend to breathe really shallowly, right? But when we're relaxed, when we're asleep, we breathe very deeply, all the way down into our tummies. If you've ever watched somebody sleep, their tummy will rise and fall slightly with the breaths. I call it belly breathing. And so when we slow our breath down, lengthen it, deepen it, the person actually is going to go into a slightly altered state because their mind gets into sync with the body. When you slow down the breath, the mind slows down, brainwave levels slow down, we relax more. So that's a really simple 3 steps. Close the eyes, focus on something. Your breathing is a good place to start. And then work on just slowing those breaths down, just lengthening them and deepening them. So you've got a very easy way to get somebody into an altered state. It's really just that simple to access the subconscious mind. So again, getting somebody into hypnosis is super easy. The challenging part is, what do you do with somebody once they're there? Now, in hypnosis, of course, we can change belief systems. We can examine where beliefs came from. We can look at a person's history and understand where things originated. And so clearly, there's a lot of different things that we can do once we're there. And so I'd like to invite you to check out my online hypnotherapy training for 2 weeks for free. You get to go into the program and experience it as a student at my platinum level would. What this means is you get the first unit of hypnotherapy instruction. You get to attend office hours once a week, which is an opportunity to check in and ask questions and for me to see how you're doing with the program so far. So we are in touch person to person. You get to attend a webinar. There's a webinar every single month. So depending on when you start the program, there will either be a pre-recorded one you can watch or a live one coming up. And you also, this is the part I'm really pumped about, you get a personalized hypnosis session from me. So we meet online, we talk in person about your goal, and then I create a personalized hypnosis session that I send to you on a private page on my website that's set up just for you so that you can listen to that session over and over as many times as you want and actually work through your own goal. Now, I'm offering this because I want you to get an opportunity to see what's involved. I mean, there are steps to putting somebody in hypnosis that are a little more complex than those 3 that I shared with you earlier, but I want you to get a sense of what kinds of things you could do with somebody in hypnosis and what it feels like to work through your own goal. Again, people have a lot of misconceptions about what hypnosis is, but I got to tell you, that 97% success rate, that's very much what I get with my clients. I can vouch for it. So please do check out that program. You'll find a link below this video to do so. And I look forward to meeting you online, talking to you during office hours, and giving you your personalized hypnosis session. Take care. Bye-bye.